Okay, we're sticking with the theme of peace, and the next verse that I'm working on is John 16:33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. So we're working on kind of like a sunset color, so I use like a pink, a turquoise, and a dark blue. And I just keep working with my acrylic paint, and I do not clean my paintbrush in between. I just keep smoothing on those colors and trying to make them blend. When I got those on there, I wasn't really crazy about it, so I went in with a little bit of a light purple and added that in there too because I wanted to get a purple color, but it just wasn't blending that way. So I went back in with a light purple and kept adding pink and kept working on it till I got the colors that I was pleased with. When you're using acrylic paint like this, you have to work pretty fast because it dries fast to get it to blend and smooth together. And this video is not real time, it's actually sped up. So it took me quite a while to get the colors that I liked. I just kept adding them and smoothing them till I got what I liked. At the bottom of the page, I'm going to work on some trees. And I'm using a black color. And I first make a really thin line. And my trees that are on the sides are taller than the ones I put in the middle. It just makes it look a little better to do it that way. And so to make the branches, you notice I'm just tapping my brush and making little small dots to make the shape of the tree because it looks like the leaves of an evergreen tree. And I'm tapping that and going across the tree to kind of make almost like lines of dots. And I'm going to do that all the way down to the bottom of the tree. And if you notice, the tree does get wider as it gets towards the bottom, and so that's what I'm kind of going for here. And I just kept working on that to get the shape that I like, and if I feel like it doesn't have enough leaves or branches, I just keep adding more. But if you'll just kind of dab with your brush, just little dots, it'll make, in the end, it'll really look like an evergreen tree. Now I'm adding lines for my other trees, and like I said, I put the taller trees on the edges and then put kind of various lengths of trees in the middle. And so I just add my lines where I want those to be. And after I add those lines, now I'm going to go back in and do the same way to make the leaves. But now since you've made your first tree, the one side of the branches, it's going to be hard to keep going with the same shape. So you just focus on the parts where it's not running into the other tree to make sure that the tree is getting wider as it goes down to the base. It's the exact same motion and the exact same thing. Even though they're kind of running into the tree beside them, you just keep working and focusing on making sure that the side that you're still painting that doesn't have a lot of black paint is getting wider as you're going down. that for all of the tree trunks that you've made. After I finished my trees, I came in and I did a half moon this time because I kind of like the way that it looks with these colors. And then I'm going to add some stars by doing a few paint splatters. But I covered up my trees with a piece of paper first because I didn't want to get splatters on my trees at the bottom. I started my writing by writing the word peace because I wanted to kind of be a focus of the page. So I worked on that first. And this is not real time. This one is sped up. It does take me a while to do my lettering. After I finish writing out with my black calligraphy pen, I like to go back in sometimes with my white gel pen and add a little like shadow to the back of my downstrokes mostly. Sometimes I'll add it where there's not a downstroke just to make it, the letters pop a little more on this dark background. Here is our finished product.